Namaste. If I haven't met you before, my name is Dan. I'm glad you're joining us today. You may find a block helpful. They're over in the gray tub next to the windows. You also may find a scrap helpful. They're next to the mats in the box that has little avocados on them. This is an all levels yoga class. So I will offer different options throughout. Usually I'll start with the most accessible and then progressive from there. That being said, anything I'm teaching today, if it's not landing in your body, don't feel like you have to go into any particular pose or do a pose to its fullest extent. You know your body better than I do. You're always welcome to do something that you've done previously in a yoga experience or something we've done earlier in class. I usually teach on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10. Mondays I keep a little bit slower and stretchier, and Wednesdays are usually a little more active, more like a vinyasa style flow class. So that is what we're doing today. I will not be here this coming Monday, and currently there's no one who said they wanted to sub for me, so the class may get canceled. So if you're planning on coming Monday, check ahead of time. I think that's my announcements. Let's start with a little bit of meditation. Stack your spine over your sitting bones, 2 points of pressure in your seat. Allow the crown of your head to float up towards the ceiling. Shut or unfocus your eyes if that feels safe for you. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, whispered ah. Do 2 more together. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, whispered ah. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, whispered ah. Continue with your breath at your own pace. Your awareness back to the room. Place your right hand on your left knee, your left hand behind you. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, turn to look over your left shoulder towards the back of the room. Exhale, release, switch sides, bring your left hand to your right knee, your right hand behind you. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, look over your right shoulder towards the back of the room. Exhale and release. Inhale, with both arms overhead, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bow down and forward. Release your forehead down towards your ankles. Inhale, work your hands to the right. Bring your nose over your right leg. Exhale, return back to the center. Inhale, bring your hands to the left until your nose is above your left leg. Exhale, return to center. Inhale, work your way up. Circle your hands behind you, clasp your hands together, straighten your elbows, broaden your chest, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale and release. Inhale, lift your right hand up. Exhale, bend to the left. And look up towards the ceiling, past your right arm. Inhale, bring both arms overhead. Exhale, bend the other direction. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, and release. Lean back and switch your feet. Inhale, lift both arms overhead. Exhale, reach down and forward. Release your forehead down towards your ankles. Inhale, bring your hands over to the left. Your nose is above your left knee. Exhale, return to center. Inhale, work your hands to the right until you're over your right leg. Exhale, return to center. Inhale, work your way up. Clasp your hands together behind your back, broaden your shoulders, straighten your elbows. Look up towards the ceiling. An option to stick out your tongue. Try to touch your chin with your tongue. Exhale and release. Inhale, lift your left hand up. Exhale, bend to the right. Look up past your left arm towards the ceiling. Inhale, bring both arms overhead. Exhale, bend the other direction. Look up past your right arm towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift your right hand. Exhale, and release. Straighten your right leg. Bring the sole of your left foot into your inner right thigh. Place your left hand behind you and to the left. Inhale, reach your right hand back past your ear. Lift your hips. Run a little stretch on your right side. Exhale, sit down and stretch towards your right toes. Always an option to use a strap to help you get there. Exhale, release. Inhale and sit up. Place your left hand behind you and to the left one more time. Inhale, reach your right hand back, lift your hips. Exhale, sit down. Stretch towards your right toes. If you'd like to add a twist to this, bring your left hand to the outside of your right ankle or foot. And look over your right shoulder towards the back of the room. Exhale, release. Inhale and sit up. Switch your feet. Bring the sole of your right foot into your inner left thigh. Place your right hand behind you and to the right. Inhale, reach your left hand back past your ear. Lift your hips, come up onto your knee. Find a stretch on your left side. Exhale, sit down. Stretch towards your left toes. Always an option to use a stretch here. Exhale, release. Inhale, sit up. Clench your right hand behind you and to the right. Inhale, reach your left hand back past your ear. Lift your hips. Find to stretch on the left. Exhale, sit down. Stretch towards your left toes. Or if you'd like to add a twist to this, bring your right hand to the outside of your left ankle. Place your left hand behind you and look over your shoulder towards the back of the room. Exhale, release. Inhale and sit up. Bring your feet and your knees together in front of you. Bring your hands underneath your knees. On your next inhale, lift your feet, tip back onto your tailbone. Come into pose. You're welcome to remain here. If you'd like to bring your hands out to the side, do so. If you'd like to come into low boat, inhale, come down. Exhale, come up to high boat. Inhale, come down to low boat. Exhale, high boat. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high boat. Two more. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high boat. Last one. And then exhale and release. Work your way into a tabletop position. Bring your hips over your knees, your shoulders over your wrists. This is intense on your wrists. You're always welcome to come up onto your knuckles. Exhale, arch your back. Look down towards your knees, cat. Inhale, release your belly, look forward, broaden your chest, cow. Continue cat-cow with your breath at your own pace. We'll do 5 of each position. And then meet with the neutral back. Inhale, lift your right hand out and up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring your right elbow next to your left knee. Look up underneath your left arm towards the ceiling. Work your left hand forward. Come to the back of your head. Bring your left hand underneath your left shoulder. Inhale, open up to the right. Lift your right hand and right leg. Readjust your left knee in. Come into a side plank. Option to lift your right foot off the floor for a little bit of balance. And final option is to bend your right knee. Find your right ankle with your right hand. And come into a back bend. If you're in the back bend, inhale and open up. Everyone exhale and return to a tabletop position. Spread your knees mat width apart, bring your big toes together, and on an exhale, send your hips back to your heels. Release your forehead down into a child's pose. On your inhale, allow your entire back to expand, especially releasing your lower back. Exhale, work your way back into a tabletop position. Adjust your hands and knees. Inhale, lift your left hand out and up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle, bring your left elbow next to your right knee. Look up underneath your right arm towards the ceiling. Work your right hand forward. Come to the back of your neck. Back of your head, I should say. hand back against your right shoulder. Inhale, open up to the left. Lift your left leg and left arm. Readjust your right knee in. Side plank. Option to lift your left foot for a little bit of balance. Final option is to bend your left knee. Find your left ankle with your left hand. Come into a back bend. If you're in the back bend, inhale, open up. Everyone exhale, and return to a tabletop position. Bring your knees together. Engage your toes into the mat. And then on an inhale, sit back and sit up into a toe squat. Inhale, bring your arms forward, reach up. Exhale, cactus your arms, broaden your chest. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, cactus, broaden. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release down onto the mat and kick it out. Inhale, lift your right leg back and out. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Option to bring a blanket underneath your left knee. Inhale, reach your hands up. Sink your hips down and forward for a little back bend. Exhale, shift your hips back, straighten your right knee, point your right toe towards the ceiling, and bow your head down towards your knee. Do one more movement with each breath between these two positions. Inhale, come forward, reach up. Exhale, bow your head, straighten your knee. Inhale, come forward, reach up. Exhale, bow your head, straighten your knee. Inhale, come forward, reach up. Exhale, bow your head, straighten your knee. Inhale, come forward, bring your hands together into prayer, and turn to your right by bringing your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Option to open your hands and increase your twist. And exhale, reach your left hand down to the inside of your right foot. And then lift your left knee, lift your right hand up towards the ceiling, dragonfly twist. Take a slight step in with your left foot. Then on your next inhale, reach your right hand back, lift your torso, and come into a twisted crescent pose, crescent lunge. Inhale, swing your right arm forward, step forward onto your right foot, lift your left knee up into a one-legged Tadasana. Cross your left shin over your right knee, sink your hips down and back into a little bit of a chair. Release your hands together into prayer, figure four. If you'd like to come down to a folded figure four, you're going to bring your elbows down towards your crossed legs. And then the option to reach your hands down to the floor or a block. On an inhale, return to a one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, step your left foot back, crescent lunge. Exhale, frame your front foot with your hands. Inhale, lift your right leg back and up, a three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your right foot next to your left, downward facing dog. Walk your dog. And on an exhale, release your knees down to the mat, tabletop position. Inhale, lift your left leg back and out. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Inhale, reach your arms up and forward, sink your hips down and forward. Find a little back bend. Exhale, straighten your right knee, shift your hips back, bow your head down towards your knee, point your left toe towards the ceiling. We'll do one breath, one motion between these two positions. Inhale, come forward, reach up. Exhale, bow your head, straighten your knee. Inhale, come forward, reach up. Exhale, bow your head, straighten your knee. Inhale, come forward, reach up. Exhale, bow your head, straighten your knee. Inhale, come forward, bring your hands together in prayer, and then turn to your left by bringing your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, and look up towards the ceiling. Option to increase your twist by opening your hands. Exhale, release your right hand to the inside of your left foot. Lift your right knee and lift your left hand into a dragonfly twist. Take a slight step in with your right foot. On your next inhale, lift your torso, reach your left hand back, come into a twisted crescent lunge. Inhale, swing your left hand down and forward, step forward onto your left foot, lift your right knee, one-legged Tadasana. Cross your right ankle over your left knee, release your hips back into a little bit of a chair, and then release your hands down into prayer. Figure four. Option to come into a folded figure four, but bending from the waist, bring your elbows to your crossed leg, or reaching your hands down to a block of the floor. Inhale, and everyone, work your way up into a one-legged Asana. Exhale, step your right foot back, crescent lunge. And then exhale, release your hands down to frame your front foot. Inhale, lift your left leg back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, release your left foot down next to your right. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, walk to your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway, bring your hands to your shins, work your feet mat width apart. Point your toes away from each other. And on an exhale, come down into a yoga squat with your hands together in prayer between your knees. Option to use a block as a seat in this position. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Inhale, straighten your knees, lift your hips. Work your feet hip width apart. Exhale, release down to a forward fold. Find your elbows with your hands. A little side-to-side motion and ragdoll. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, rise up all the way, bring your arms out and up. Exhale, release your hands to heart center. Come into tree. Take a moment to release your weight over the arches of your feet. Unlock your hips and knees. Shift your weight over your right foot. Strengthen through your right leg. Inhale, lift your left foot, either use a kickstand onto your inner calf or up onto your inner thigh. Bring your hands either into prayer or reaching up towards the ceiling. Allow your gaze to rest on a point in the room that's not moving. Exhale and release. Take a moment to walk it out. Now recenter your weight over the arches of your feet. On an active stance by unlocking your knees and hips. Shift your weight over your left foot. Strengthen through your left leg. And on an inhale, come into tree by lifting your right foot into kickstand onto your inner calf. Roll above your knee joint onto your inner thigh. Bring your hands either into prayer or reach them up towards the ceiling. Grow your tree. Exhale and release. We do one more set of balancing poses. I'm an eagle. I'd like to use a block as a prop for this. Place it on the outside of your right foot on either of its two lowest sittings. And shift your weight over onto your right foot. Exhale, release down into a little bit of a chair. Inhale, lift your left leg up and over. And twist either to the back of your ankle or find that block with your toe. Inhale, bring your arms out. Exhale, cross your elbows. Give yourself either a big hug or twist your forearms into eagle arms. Remember which elbow is on top so that you do the other elbow on our next turn. Exhale and release. Take a moment to walk it out. If you're using the block, shift to your other side, the outside of your left foot. Shift your right over your left foot. And then on an exhale, down into a little bit of a chair. Inhale, lift your right leg up and over. And twist behind your ankle or find that block with your toe. Inhale, bring your arms out. Exhale. Cross your elbows the other way, give yourself a big hug, or twist your arms into eagle arms. Exhale and release. Come to the top of your mat. Bring your big toes together, spread your heels apart, bring your knees together. Inhale, lift your arms overhead. Exhale, come down into a chair. Inhale, lift your right foot, flamingo. Exhale, step back, crescent lunge. Exhale, open up into a warrior two. Bring your feet in the shape of a T with your left heel in line with the arch of your right foot. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Option to look for a bind in the center of your back by bending both elbows. Exhale, release your left elbow to the inside of your left knee. Inhale, bring your right arm down and around past your right ear, side angle pose. On an inhale, reach your right hand up towards the ceiling, straighten your left knee, and reach your left hand down, triangle. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot, bend your left knee, lift your right heel. Inhale, lift your left hand, dragonfly twist. Work your left foot to the outside of your mat, point your toe out at 45 degrees. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat, come down to your elbows, either on a mat or a block, and you're in lizard. For more accessible version of lizard, release your right knee down to the mat.
Inhale, lift your right knee, come up onto your hands. And then inhale, lift your left leg back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your left knee, bring it behind your left wrist. Cross your shin underneath you. And sink your hips down, come to your elbows. Pigeon. This is intense on your left knee. Shift your weight onto your left hip. And move your body to the left. If you'd like to come into sleeping pigeon, reach your hands forward. Release your forehead down to the mat or to a block. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, straighten your elbows, look up towards the ceiling. Broaden your chest. Find a stretch in your right front hip. Bring your block on its highest setting in front of your left hand, both ways in front. Begin to work your right leg in towards you. Move your left hand to the block. Turn your left shin so it becomes parallel with your right. And then bend your right knee. Find your right ankle with your right hand. Side pigeon. Two options from here. If you'd like to exalt the pose, lift your left hand. If you'd like to come into a twisted, exalted pose, switch your hands on your feet. And lift your right hand forward and look to your left. Exhale, release your hands to the mat. Inhale, lift your right knee. In your next inhale, lift your left leg back and up. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your left knee, bring it near your right elbow. And then straighten your left leg and lift your right hand. Exhale, release your right hand to the mat. Inhale, lift your left leg back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, plant your left foot next to your right. Come forward into a plank. Option to go to your knees as we come down through chaturanga. Inhale, lift up into a cobra, and then work your hands forward until you're on your forearms and sphinx. If you'd like a deeper back bend here, option to straighten your elbows and come up onto your hands. Keep your hips down on the mat. If you're all the way up, release your elbows down. Everyone bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And then on your next inhale, send your hips back and up. Downward facing dog. Walk your dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, walk or jump to your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway, work your feet mat width apart. Point your toes away from each other. Exhale, come down into a yoga squat. With your hands together in prayer between your knees. Shine your heart forward, broaden the chest. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Inhale, straighten your knees. Bring your feet back to hip width apart. Exhale, release down into a forward fold. Option to bend your knees on an exhale. Inhale, rise up all the way. Bring your arms overhead. Exhale, release your hands to heart center. Come to the top of your mat. Bring your toes together, knees together. Spread your heels slightly apart. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, come down into a chair. Inhale, lift your left leg up, flamingo. Exhale, step back into a crescent lunge. Exhale, open up into warrior two. Adjust your feet so that your right heel is in line with the arch of your left foot. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Option to bend both elbows and look for bind in the center of your back. Exhale, release your right elbow to the inside of your right knee. Inhale, swing your left arm down and around past your left ear. Side angle pose. Inhale, lift your left arm towards the ceiling, reach your right hand down and straighten your right knee. Bring your gaze up to your left hand, triangle. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat, bend your right knee, lift your left heel, clench your left hand, inhale, lift your right hand, dragonfly twist. Work your right foot to the outside of your mat, point your toe out at 45 degrees. Exhale, release your right hand down, and then come down to your elbows, either to the mat or on a block. Lizard. For more accessible lizard, option to release your left knee down to the mat. Exhale, come back up onto your hands, lift your left knee. Inhale, lift your right leg back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your right knee, bring it behind your right wrist. Cross your shin underneath you. Sink your hips down, come to your elbows into pigeon. This is intense on your right knee. Release your weight off onto your right hip and move your torso to the right. Come into sleeping pigeon, reach your hands forward. Release your forehead down to a block or to the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, straighten your elbows, broaden your chest, look up towards the ceiling. Look for a stretch in your left front hip. Then place your block on its highest setting in front of your right hand. Begin to work your left foot in. Bring your right hand to the block. Turn your right shin until it's parallel with your left. And bend your left knee. Find your left ankle with your left hand. And come up into a side pigeon. Option to lift your right hand and exalt the pose. And final option, switch your hands on your feet and come into a twisted, exalted pose. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Lift your right knee, left knee. On your next inhale, lift your right leg back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your right knee, bring it over towards your left elbow, and then straighten your right knee, bring your foot to the ground. Inhale, lift your left hand, and find a little twist. Exhale, release your left hand to the mat. Inhale, lift your right leg back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, release your right foot next to your left, come forward into a plank, and down through chaturanga. Inhale, bring your arms out and back, lift your chest, and then lift your toes into locust. You're welcome to remain here, or if you'd like to come into bow. Bend both your knees, find your ankles with your hands, and And then send your hips down into the mat. Lift your shoulders up. Exhale and release. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Spread your knees, mat width apart. Bring your big toes together. And on an exhale, send your hips back to your heels. Lower your head down towards the mat in child's pose. Option to add a tricep stretch in this position. By bringing your hands into prayer in front of you. Then bend your elbows until your thumbs come to the back of your neck. And press those elbows down into the mat. Place your hands down to the mat. And on an inhale, come up into a tabletop position. Come to a kneeling position, locate your block. Place your block between your heels. Come in towards hero. And take a seat onto your block. As you do that, move your calves to the outside. A little bit more space in your knees. You're welcome to have your block in any setting so that you can get your seat down. If you feel like you can get your seat all the way to the floor without the block, you're welcome to remove that. You go a little bit further, begin to come back, bring your hands to your heels, work your way onto your elbows, release your head back. If you have your shoulders all the way down to the ground and no block underneath you, you're welcome to reach your arms up past your ears for full hero. On an exhale, begin to work your way up onto your hands. It's normal to get a little bit dizzy here. You're going to come up onto your knees, remove the block, and work your way into a seated position. Bring the soles of your feet together in front of you. Scoot your heels in close. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, release down and forward. Use your elbows to press out on the inside of your thighs for a stretch across your groin. Inhale and work your way up. Spread your feet wide into a straddle seat. What you want is to bring your hands behind you. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, press your torso forwards. If you're feeling a stretch there, you're welcome to remain there. If you'd like to go further, inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, reach down and forward. Release your forehead down towards the floor. You're also welcome to use your legs or feet with your hands to get there. Inhale and begin to work your way up. Bring the soles of your feet together in front of you again. This time a little ways away, see the big diamond between your legs. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, come down and forward. And using your elbows to press out on your legs. And the target is your outer hips and lower back. If you'd like to feel a little bit more, bring your hands underneath your ankles. Come down to your elbows and really pull your torso forward and down. Inhale, and work your way up. Work your way down onto your back. Have your block accessible to you, and we're up near your shoulders. Bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. And inhale, lift your hips by pressing through your left foot. Turn your hips to face the right. Bring your left knee down and across using your right hand to help you get there. Reach your left hand out to the left and turn your head to look at your left hand. Finding a big twist in your spine from your tailbone up through your neck. Exhale and release. Untwist, switch your feet, bend your right knee, bring your heel in close, straighten your left leg. Inhale, press through your right heel, lift your hips, turn them to face the left. Exhale, bring your right knee down and across. Use your left hand to help you get there. Reach your right hand out to the right, and turn your head to look at your right hand, letting it twist from your tailbone up through your neck. Exhale and release. Bend both of your knees and bring your heels in close. Locate your block. Inhale, lift your hips. Place the block underneath your hips. Exhale and release. Inhale, lift your legs and the legs up the wall. More accessible version. Bring your hands to the back of your thighs. Option to find any movement from your feet, your knees, or your hips. Exhale, release your feet down to the mat. Inhale, lift your hips, remove the block. Exhale, release your hips down. Inhale, bring your knees in towards your chest. Find some circles to massage your lower back from your knees. Go both directions. Rock your pelvis by bringing your knees in circles going in towards each other. Switch going out, away from each other. And then release your legs down to the mat. Allow your toes to point away from each other. Tuck your shoulder blades together down towards the center of your back. Open your chest. Close or unfocus your eyes if that feels safe for you. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, whispered ah. Continue with your breath at your own pace. On your exhales, allow yourself to release tension in your body. start by widening the circles around your eyes. Release your jaw and tongue. Soften your throat. Allow your shoulders to melt away from each other down to the mat. Bring your attention back to the room. Take your time to find any movement your body's asking for. Maybe in a seated position. Thank you for joining me in this group experience this morning. Light in me sees and respects the light in each and every one of you. Have a wonderful rest of